You're not alone. If you need someone to talk to today, please contact Crisis Services Canada by either calling them at 1-833-456-4566 all hours of the day, or you can text them at 45645 at 4 p.m. to 12 a.m. Eastern Time. Remember, you're not alone, and Crisis Services Canada is here to help. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to this edition of Coffee with Graeme on ASTV Productions. I'm your host, Graeme Forsyth. So sorry we missed you on Tuesday, folks. I know we were supposed to have an episode coming out on Tuesday. It was canceled due to my internet connection being god-awful. I don't know what was going on with it that morning, but I know that it's up and running. It's back to its normal self, and I'm back on this Thursday. I'm fired up and ready to bring you this edition of Coffee with Graeme. The two guests that were supposed to be joining Tuesday's show are joining me today. We also got a general manager from the MJBL joining the show today, so it's also going to be fun to have some baseball content for you guys in today's episode. Of course, Coffee with Graeme is brought to you by Pure Anada, Fabricland, Winkler, and Evolve Green. And yeah, let's get into who the first two guests are in today's episode. They'll be joining me at the same time on an edition of University Commits, a segment that we usually do on our Tuesday shows, but we're bringing it to you guys in today's Thursday episode. It's Hailey Anderson and Ashley Episcopo of Pilot-Mound Hockey Academy's U18 prep female team. Both of these players are seniors. They just graduated about 2 weeks ago from the program, so we talk about grad a bit. We, of course, talk about the commitment that they made to Indiana Tech University to play Warriors hockey in that team's inaugural season for 2021-2022. We also dive into their 3-year career that they spent with Pilot-Mound Hockey Academy's U18 female prep team. That's all coming up on today's edition of Coffee with Graeme here on this segment of University Commits here on ASTV Productions with Hailey Anderson and Ashley Episcopo. We were supposed to be doing this on Tuesday, but due to my internet connection difficulties, we weren't able to have these two on. It's Hailey Anderson and Ashley Episcopo from Pilot-Mound Hockey Academy's U18 prep female team. Both of them have committed to Indiana Tech University for the 2021-2022 season, joining that squad for their inaugural season. And yeah, we're going to get into that commitment, of course, since it is University Commits, as well as their time playing for Pilot-Mound Hockey Academy's U18 prep female team. So Hailey, Ashley, how are you two doing today? Thank you so much for joining the show.
Yeah, I'm good. Thank you for having me.
I'm good too. Yeah.
Yeah, that's great. It's going to be great to, just dive into the commitment. Like I said, why you guys chose Indiana Tech as well as your time with Pilot-Mound. But just starting off with this question, just joining a program that is just starting up next year. How excited are you two to be joining something and being the start of starting up this program?
I think for me, it was really exciting. Having being this on the second team in Pilot-Mound. I think we're both kind of used to starting something new. So I think Indiana Tech being on the first team will be even more exciting.
Yeah, for sure. And for you, Ashley.
I'm sorry, I missed that question. I couldn't really hear you too well. I apologize.
All right. Well, yeah, the question was just how excited are you just being able to have that opportunity to be on the first team in the history of Indiana Tech starting up something special?
I am very excited.
Yeah.
I think all the girls, we're all going to have to show each other. We're all going to be nervous, of course, because it's the first program there. We're all going to want to show off. And I think some people, like me and Hailey, will have to step up and help lead some of the girls. And
Yeah, and just for you two, you've been a huge part of Pilot-Mound Hockey Academy's just the successes that they have had throughout the years that you guys have been able to play for them. Just how excited are you, Ashley, to get that opportunity again to help start up and lead this program?
I am very, very, very excited. I can't wait. We only have a month, I think, till we have to be there.
Yeah, that's crazy. A month until you guys make that move out to Indiana Tech University. How excited are you, Hailey, to make that move out to Indiana Tech and get things rolling?
I'm pretty excited. I'm a little nervous, to be honest, because I'm going to be a lot farther away from home than I was when I was in Pilot-Mound. But at least I get to, go with Ashley, being a lot more comfortable with her and knowing her for the past 3 years. I think it'll be a really great experience.
Yeah, for sure. And yeah, just that moment where you moved away from home last year, of course, staying in Manitoba. Just why did you choose to go to Indiana Tech for yourself personally in terms of just moving away from home, stuff like that?
For me, it wasn't really like I wasn't trying to like stay super close to home. I wanted to go somewhere that that I wanted to go that had good hockey, good schooling, and that I wanted to be. So,
And for you, Ashley, you made the move out to Pilot-Mound Hockey Academy, of course, when you started out moving away from your hometown of Langhorne. Langhorne, let's see here. Just one sec. Moving away from Langhorne, Pennsylvania. Is that what it is?
Yep.
Yeah. So for you, Ashley, you move away from Langhorne, Pennsylvania to pursue your time at Pilot-Mound Hockey Academy when you started up with the program 3 seasons ago. Just how do you feel that experience with Pilot-Mound Hockey Academy, just having that experience of moving away from home, is going to help you with this transition?
So for me, since I lived so much farther from home, I didn't get to see like my family and my friends here too often. So I think the homesickness part of university isn't going to be there as much since I kind of got that experience in Pilot-Mound for the last 3 years.
Yeah, for sure. And gotta take a sip of my drink here, but yeah, for you, just getting that opportunity to for both of you to make that move out to playing university hockey together. How huge is that going to be for you two in the first few years?
I don't know. I think it's going to be a lot harder because we are at a university level. We're going to be playing harder teams. But I think the experience will be very, very nice. I think we'll make a lot of memories.
yeah, I think after being together for 3 years and making so many memories, I think the next 4 are going to be even more exciting.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And it's awesome that you guys get to, experience what you're going to be experiencing again together, just at a higher level of playing university hockey, just getting that opportunity to play at the D1 collegiate level in the ACHA with this Indiana Tech squad, just with them being in their inaugural season. Just how excited are you two to get that chance to show your stuff against D1 hockey schools?
I'm really excited. I've always wanted to play Div 1 university hockey, so getting the opportunity to play for Indiana Tech, uh, I'm really excited for it.
I'm the same too. I've always wanted to play Division 1 hockey.
How did it come for it to be for you guys to commit to Indiana Tech? Like how did the whole commitment process play out for you two, starting off with you, Ashley?
So for me, the coach, Scott Hicks, he's a great resume. He's coached a lot of teams. Most of them have been very successful. He actually reached out to my dad on Facebook And then I got his contact information and we talked a few times.
Yeah, that's crazy that you found your dad's Facebook, and then that's how this opportunity kind of started for you to make that commitment to Indiana Tech. Just for you, Haley, why did or how did it come to be for you to commit to Indiana Tech through the process?
Um, well, I kind of just wanted to like talk to a bunch of different universities, I guess, just like get myself out there, give myself a lot of different opportunities. And actually was talking about Scott and how he was such a great coach and how the team was brand new and everything. And I asked her, I said, "Can I get his contact info?" And she's like, "Yeah, for sure." So after that, I emailed him and we chatted, and when he's talked with my dad and my mom, he made us feel really welcome, that he really wanted me. So I think he was very relatable and really, really nice to talk to. So
Yeah, and I had a chance to look at Scott Hicks' history, his resume. Just he has a history of building up a program. He built up a program from scratch at Miami University. They won 3 ACHA Div 1 national championships. Just to have a coach like that with so much experience with building up programs and starting them from scratch. Just a single program when we're talking about Miami University, but just how excited does that make you to knowing that you have a coach like that is going to coach you for 4 years with that experience?
I think it's gonna be great. He knows what he needs to do to get everyone to that level of winning, and I think it'll be a great experience.
I also like how he's coached girls before because previously I've had coaches that haven't coached girls before and they weren't very successful. And since he's started up the program in Miami and now doing this, I think we'll be set to win this year.
Yeah, and it's going to be exciting to see what this team will be able to do with you two next season. It's going to be interesting for sure with Scott Hicks as the head coach, just with his history and what he's been able to do with starting up a program already. But just the things that you guys talked about with Scott, could you talk about some of the things that you had a chance to talk with him about already during your conversations?
Yeah. So moving so far away from home and going all the way to Indiana, he knows that I'm a farm girl. I grew up on a farm and everything. So he was making sure that I wanted to be comfortable down there. And he'd always joke that if I ever got homesick, he would always take me out to Amish country, which is right outside of Fort Wayne, just to make me feel a little more at home with all the farm and stuff.
That's great. That's awesome. And what about for you, Ashley, and the conversations that you've had with them?
Well, a lot of the conversation, I don't know, there's just so much.
Yeah.
He seems very funny, he seems very nice, which I like in a coach, but he also was talking like, what's the word? He wants to push us, but not, I don't know what I'm trying to say. He wants to build our confidence. That's what I'm trying to say. He wants to make sure we're very confident players, very hardworking, but he also wants to make sure we're having fun, which I liked a lot.
Yeah, for sure. Seems like some pretty good messages that coach, can preach to players, no doubt about it. But yeah, just what were the things that you guys found that he was preaching about the program the most from your conversations with him?
Um, I don't know. We talked about so many things. I'm drawing a blank.
No worries, no worries. We'll get Haley's side of the story here, of just what Scott kind of preached to you about this program and why it would be the place to commit for you.
When we were talking, he was looking for like strong forwards, I suppose, and he wanted like versatile forwards as well, because like I can play any forward position. I can play either wing or center, and I I'm good at listening. I'm a good listener. I can follow instructions well, take criticism nicely. So I think he wanted people who were teachable. He knew that I was teachable, and Ashley herself is also very teachable. I think that's something that he really preached to me when we talked about how he wants to make sure that his team is developing properly and well, at the same time having fun and all that kind of thing.
Yeah, and just for you, I've had a chance to just read some stories just on Indiana Tech's website leading up to this interview, and just on Pilot-Mound's website. Just Coach Platt, Brad Platt, your coach that you've had a chance to play for the past 3 years, talked about you and said that let's find the quote here. It says that basically you desire to be the best at everything can do, basically, like, in everything you do you strive to be the best. Just how do you feel like that mentality is going to help drive you during your university career into having success with Indiana Tech?
Yeah, well, I'm very competitive. I always want to be the best that I can be while trying to be better than everybody else. So I think going into this year in university, if I'm not one of the top players, I will definitely be pushing myself extra hard to get to the top. And if I'm there, I want to make sure that I stay there or keep going higher. So
Having that challenge of playing D1 hockey at the university level, of course, just how excited are you, Ashley, to have that opportunity to have that challenge of playing D1 hockey?
Well, ever since I was a kid, I've always wanted to play college hockey. So I think it's motivation from when I was younger. And I would go to camps when I was little, and I would see the girls like playing and skating. And I've always been like, I want to be better than them when I'm their age. So I think that kind of motivation has pushed me a lot. And like everyone, I always want to be the best on the team, and I want to help. So this year I was in grade 12. I tried to help the younger girls push themselves, become better without being discouraged. And I think that would be my job on the team, to make sure everyone's pushing themselves, including myself.
Yeah, for sure. Shows great leadership, for sure. Of course, you and Hailey both being assistants, really turning into the leaders on the team this season, especially. But for you, Hailey, how excited are you for that challenge of playing D1 hockey?
yeah, I'm definitely excited. Like Ashley said, I've always wanted to play D1 hockey. It's been a goal of mine for a long time. So getting to this goal, I think now is time I can focus on the other ones, like making sure that I'm doing everything that I can to help myself, help my teammates, help the team to those championships that Scott has had previously on this team with this program.
Well, we're going to continue talking about the commitment after this break, and we will probably dive into you guys' time with Pilot-Mound Hockey Academy as well. I've been joined by Hailey Anderson and Ashley Episcopo on this edition of Coffee with Graeme, on this segment of University Commits here on today's episode. We'll be right back after this commercial break. I'll continue talking to Hailey and Ashley about their commitment to Indiana Tech. Stick with us.
Why go solar? Solar is better than ever. Our revolutionary design and inverter equipment with the latest in solar panel technology for the ultimate in-home and business security. That's right, I said security. Grid security and security of your home are linked. Fortify your future today with a battery backup system. No maintenance, quiet running. Did you know in Manitoba, grid-connected, off-grid, and battery backup systems are 100% right off in the year you purchase for any company or farm? Do you want to back up your internet, keep your tills running, and the lights on? We can install a system that is right for you, with battery backup fully capable of taking on all those essential loads and keeping you running. When you call our experts at Evolve Green, ask about getting your free energy audit today. Call or email today to find out what system works best for you. 1-866-5-EVOLVE. Or support@evolvegreen.ca. Also, be sure to check out our website at www.evolvegreen.ca.
Welcome back to Coffee with Graeme here on ASTV Productions. Of course, the segment right now that we're doing is University Commits. I've been joined by number 2 of Pilot-Mound Hockey Academy's U18 prep female team, Hailey Anderson, and number 13 defenseman Ashley Episcopo. And both these players committed to Indiana Tech University for the 2021-2022 season, getting to play in that league with that team for the inaugural season of Indiana Tech to play Warriors hockey. We're going to continue talking about the commitment now, just the things that you guys are going to bring to the table for this Indiana Tech team. I know that Ashley talked about what she's looking to bring. Of course, for you, Hailey, with you being touted as a power forward, just what are going to be some of the strengths that you're going to show and bring to this Warriors team come the start of this season?
I want to be, obviously, like you said, I want to be the power forward. I want to be the goal scorer, but I also want to be the playmaker. To me, an assist is just as good as a goal. So getting to score goals, but also help other people on my team score goals would be really nice.
Yeah, for sure. No doubt about that. And for you, Ashley, of course, head coach Coach Platt said about you that you've turned into a good 200-foot player with you developing over the seasons. Just what are going to be the biggest things that you're going to bring to this Warriors team on the ice come the start of this season?
So, like Hailey, I want to be able to make plays, help people score, but I also want to be very strong on the blue line, doing my best to keep the puck in, obviously. And then again, I want to push everyone, make sure they're doing their best, giving 110%, 100% of the time.
How have you felt during your years playing Pilot-Mound Hockey Academy hockey with this program has really helped develop your game? What have been the biggest things that you've seen in your game really jump out throughout the years?
I think that being on the ice every day has helped me a lot because at home we don't practice 5 days a week. So I think just my overall skating has improved the most, and my hockey sense probably.
For you, Hailey, just throughout the years, speak about the ways you've been able to develop under playing for Pilot-Mound Hockey Academy.
Yeah, I developed a lot of my skills from Pilot-Mound. Like Ashley said, being on the ice every day for an hour was really beneficial for my skating. I might not have had the best stride before Pilot-Mound, but with the help of Brad and my other coaches, they were able to let me skate a lot smoother and get my speed up a little bit too.
Yeah, and Brad Platt talked about how it's been awesome to witness the steps that you've made on and off the ice. Can you speak about those steps that you've been able to make with the academy?
Yeah, I've taken a lot of steps in the academy. I focused on skating first, and then, like I do a lot of off-ice training, running, strength training. We did that as a team as well, which was really nice. When I played with my other teams, we didn't have any of that off-ice training. So having that as well was very, very beneficial for the team, I think.
Just speaking about this hockey academy, just the schooling side and the on ice side of things with you guys playing hockey, just how have you felt that your time, the education, the work that you guys have put in with the hockey academy on the ice will help you take that next step at that university level?
Well, for me, playing hockey and doing school at the same time has helped me a lot with my time management skills. And I think being at Pilot-Mound, learning how to do that at a younger age when some people don't do that till university. I think that'll help us a lot.
And
Yeah. I would have to agree. The whole time management thing, when you're on the road, you have to set aside a certain amount of minutes for your homework and then for maybe going over previous games if you want to do that, and for naps or this and that. So time management has definitely improved a lot.
Yeah, for sure. No doubt about it. Just going through that whole routine that the hockey academy has, right, definitely helps. But just talking about what you guys are going to be studying, starting off with you, Hailey, you're planning to study health sciences or health science while at Tech. What interested you about the health sciences side of things and planning to pursue something in that?
Yeah, well, I would love to become a physiotherapist or something in that range because I've been playing sports since I was really young, so I feel like moving away from sports would be a little more difficult. So being a physiotherapy, I can still work with athletes or like a physiotherapist on a team would help me to stay close to those sports that I love and have played for a long time.
Yeah, for sure. And, obviously staying in sports is a great thing. Anytime you have the opportunity to do that, if you have a passion for sports, it's always great being able to have that opportunity to do that. And for you, Ashley, just what are you deciding to plan on studying?
So my plan is to study criminology at Indiana because I like all the forensic TV shows and everything having to do with that.
Yeah, for sure. Can you name some of those TV shows that kind of inspired you?
Well, my favorite one is Criminal Minds,
Yeah.
but I like Law and Order and stuff like that too. So
Yeah, I've seen a bit of Criminal Minds. Criminal Minds, it's a pretty good show. I should actually give it a shot and give it a full run through and give it that chance for sure. But yeah, it's awesome that you guys are finding something that you're passionate about and something that you're gonna enjoy doing on the school side of things, because that is it's important when you find something like that, right? And it's great that you guys have been able to find that this early on. But just for you, Ashley, just moving back into your time with Pilot-Mound Hockey Academy in that 2019-2020 season, you were nominated for top defenseman for the CSSHL female varsity division. Just what was that feeling like of getting that recognition, knowing that the work you were putting in was finally starting to pay off?
it was very nice. I liked how I was working hard and it was noticed, but I'm not the best at receiving awards. So it kind of a little stressful because I knew I had to keep up the hard work.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. And just moving back into just for you, Hailey, you've been a multiple sport athlete throughout your career at Pilot-Mound Hockey Academy. You've had a chance to, do some cross country, track and field, badminton, and hockey as well, obviously. But just what would you say out of those sports besides hockey would you say is probably your favorite one to play?
Well, I also played softball or fastball when I was with Pilot-Mound. I played for the high school, and I would have to say that that is probably my favorite sport besides hockey. I've been playing it since I was, I don't know, quite young as well. So
Yeah, that's great. And just with you being such a competitive person, what was that like, getting a chance to show off your skills and just compete in the different sports that you had a chance to play in other than hockey?
it was really fun. I'm glad that I got to not just focus on hockey like all the time. I got a little bit of like a break from the sport, which was nice, getting to enjoy the other sports that I love to play.
What would you say is probably the one sport out of them all that has helped, in terms of making you a better athlete all around when it comes to hockey? Would you say that is one sport in particular, or would you say that it's probably all the sports that you've been able to play?
It's probably been all the sports, they all help me in a little bit of a different ways. Like baseball definitely helps me with hand-eye coordination and sprinting. I'd say badminton would help me with my footwork, having to move around the court. Track and field has helped with my wind and my breathing for the ice. So everything really.
Yeah, that's great. Just as many sports as you can play, and if you have a chance to do it, and do it because yeah, it's all about building that all-around athlete, right? And it seems like it's made you a much better athlete on the ice. But in 10th grade, in your first year with Pilot-Mound, you were awarded most sportsmanlike in the CSSHL, and you also maintained honor roll status throughout your entire high school career. Just looking back at that award that you got of being most sportsmanlike, what was that like being able to achieve that in year one?
It was pretty nice. It was really unexpected, honestly. But I mean, I don't know. I don't just like go around taking unnecessary penalties. So I mean, it was really nice to be acknowledged for that.
Yeah, for sure. That's great that you were able to be acknowledged for that, and it seems like not only you but Ashley are outstanding students being on honor roll status. Throughout your high school careers, I know that I believe Ashley, you were on for 2 years or your whole career as well in high school at honor roll.
Um, I'm not sure. We didn't get our things yet this year from our high school, I don't think, so I'm not sure.
Well, either
I
way, you guys have been able to show that you're dedicated and pretty good students in the classroom. Just how do you feel like those experiences of just going through the education side of things with Pilot-Mound is going to help you in the classroom when you get to Indiana Tech?
For me, I think being in Pilot-Mound, the teachers were really helpful there. If you need extra help, they were able to give it to you. But being with living with the team and even living next to the guys, if I ever needed help with a class, I know that both my team and some of the guys were really willing to help me better my classes and things like that. So hopefully this coming next 4 years, the girls will be able to do the same thing.
And what about for you, Ashley?
Well, at Pilot-Mound, I've learned to advocate for myself. Like, if I need help, I have to go ask for it. It's not just going to be handed to me. Because some of our teachers, they liked teaching us that you have to ask for help. It's not always going to be given to you, which I think was going to help me a lot at Indiana.
Yeah, for sure. And it just shows that you guys have matured a lot throughout these 3 seasons that you've had a chance to play with Pilot-Mound. Just how would you say that the maturity level for you guys is at now compared to when you came into the program?
I am definitely way more mature now than I was when I came in. I think most of it is because I lived so far from home. I had to learn how to do things on my own. I didn't have my parents there to baby me the entire time. And like, if I made a mistake, I had to learn how to fix it myself. I couldn't just rely on somebody else.
Yeah, for sure. Always nice to get that early experience of being away from mom and dad, even though you could get a bit homesick, no doubt about that. But for you, Hailey, how have you felt like you've matured throughout the years with Pilot-Mound?
Yeah, I've definitely matured a lot since my grade 10 year coming in. I think I was a little more shy because I don't know, I branched out a lot definitely and learned to stand up for myself and take care of myself a lot more.
You guys were assistants this year for the team. Just being named assistants, just what was that experience like of getting a letter and getting recognized, I guess, for your leadership and being considered leaders on the team?
It felt pretty nice to get recognized as that. I think that everyone can be a leader, anyone can be a leader. You don't need to have a letter on your jersey to do so. But being one of those designated leaders, it made me uh, feel more like I wanted to do better, stand taller, and just help everybody else out as well.
So for me, I've always had like leadership traits. I don't show them all of the time, but I think getting a letter put me into kind of like a reality check that I should strive to be a leader 100% of the time instead of maybe like the 85-90 I used to without the letter.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, no doubt about that. It's great that I was able to help you, realize that, and as well as just being able to get recognized for the both of you. That's a great honor for sure. Being able to wear a letter in a sport that you love as well, like a sport like hockey. But just talking about the experiences that you guys have been able to have. You guys went to ACS SHL championship game back in your first season. Just the experiences along the way of dealing with COVID-19, just not having a normal season in your senior years. Just how have these experiences with the Pilot-Mound Hockey Academy really been for you guys throughout the years of just the going to the finals, COVID-19, all the stuff that's happened throughout your 3 years?
Well, I think if COVID didn't really affect us until this season because we did get to go to playoffs our grade 11 year and everything was pretty normal then. But I think since COVID, we all learned that we don't need to play other teams to develop. If that makes sense. Like we can push each other instead of having to rely on other teams to push us.
Yeah, for sure. For you, Hailey, how have the experience has been for you?
Yeah, like Ashley said, the development of the team doesn't have to be relied on by the playing of other teams as well. We were definitely able to develop a lot this year. Not getting to play very many games. Not getting a season in the senior year though, it was kind of sucked because I was really looking forward to showing just how good I wanted to be in my senior year. So not getting to prove myself wasn't exactly what I had in mind for this year, but
Do you feel like missing out on that opportunity is going to give you extra motivation heading into your first year as a freshman with Indiana Tech?
yeah, definitely. I think not getting to show myself and everybody else how good I was in my senior year, I think I have that drive to be even better in my first year university because I skipped a whole year of proving myself. I just want to be that much better in the fall.
Just one plus side is you guys had a chance to graduate, have a graduation, have a parade, stuff like that. Just that happened not last Friday, but 2 Fridays ago now. Just what was graduation like for you guys this year?
Um, I mean, it was really nice because we got to be with the class in the gym, and we still got to have somewhat of a normal grad. I really wish my family and my grandparents and everyone could have been there to see me, but they were able to watch online, so it's not like they were completely cut off from the whole ceremony, which was nice. And they came and they saw the parade, and I know it was a little different for Ashley, but I really enjoyed and appreciated having my family outside while I got driven around behind a truck.
That's great. And for you, Ashley, how'd grad go for you?
For me, it was very emotional because I knew most of the girls I probably won't see very often, if ever, because I live so far away. But I like graduation. We did the best we could with the circumstances that we were under. So
Yeah, for sure.
it is what it is. Yes.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Yeah, graduations looked a bit different in the last 2 years. I graduated back in 2019, so it was a lot different back then than it is now. But it's awesome that you guys still got some type of ceremony and we're able to be with the team, just the graduates that are graduating with you guys. But just moving back into the university side of things, just what are you guys most excited for in terms of outside of hockey, just getting to experience the university lifestyle?
Well, for me, I think I'm most excited about meeting our team because we all come from all over, and I personally like learning about different areas of the world. And there's girls that come from Alaska, there's girls that come from Ontario, Calgary. So I think I'm very excited about that.
And for you, Hailey, your excitement, I know that you were excited to see the new dressing rooms and stuff that this team has, just the facilities. What's the excitement going to be for you of just getting to outside of playing hockey for Indiana Tech?
Outside of hockey, I'm definitely excited to live in a bigger city. Like I said before, I grew up on a farm. Pilot-Mound is just a small town, so I've never really experienced living in a big city before. So that's definitely exciting for me. And yeah, getting to meet all the girls. I don't know anybody from Alaska, so that's gonna be interesting. And there's a bunch of girls from Ontario, and yeah, like Ashley said, all over the place, which is gonna be really neat to learn about all these different places.
Have you two had a chance yet to speak to any of the teammates that you'll be playing with next year?
Yeah.
Awesome. That's great. That's awesome. And, just with this time that you guys have had of not being able to play games, but still training, doing the day-to-day things with the Hockey Academy this year, just what have been the things that you guys have been focusing on the most since the time from the season shut down to now of just training and, I guess, getting prepared for the your first season of college hockey?
For me, it's been a lot of off ice training. I don't really get to skate at all during the summer, so I probably won't be on the ice until I'm down in the States. But so then for me, it's all off ice training, running, weight training, things like that.
Yeah, getting the strength up, getting the cardio up as well. What are going to be the big things for you, Ashley, heading in of just I guess the things that you've been preparing on and the things that you're looking to continue preparing on, just heading into your first year of university hockey?
I'm mainly doing the same as Hailey, a lot of endurance, a lot of strength training. I'm going to try and get on the ice a few times, but it's very difficult because of COVID. Things are opening up here at home now, but
Yeah,
and then
must
I think I'm going to do a tournament or two over the summer with a team. So
nice. Must be nice to see things are finally opening up where you are. I know that things are slowly opening up here in Manitoba, so it seems like we're finally getting back to the normal that we were all used to before COVID, which is great. But just getting to play in front of fans next season. Hopefully, I'm not sure what the details are on that, but I'm pretty sure you guys are going to have a chance to be able to do that. Just how excited are you to be able to potentially play in front of fans and university hockey game, D1 level games, just the atmosphere of it?
I'm very excited. I like it when people watch our games because I feel more motivated to impress the people that are watching. That's for me anyways.
Yeah, for me, I think it's the energy that you get from the crowd scoring a goal or something. It livens myself and definitely the rest of the team up to go out and get another one. Or if we're down, it's like, like pick yourself back up and go back out there because we can do it. So playing in front of a crowd is definitely something that I'm going to look forward to.
Yeah, for sure. And I forgot to ask you guys this since you guys, have so much history together throughout these 3 years of just building up a friendship. Just what are you guys going to be dorming together? Are you guys going to be living in the same apartment or what? Like, are you guys going to be in the same living spaces?
Yeah.
Yeah. That'll be great. That'll be awesome to see that. And yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun for you too. Just the excitement of getting to play in a new environment with a bunch of these girls is definitely going to be fun for you guys, of course. But just how excited are you guys to be able to, I guess, uh, engulf yourself, surround yourself in that new environment?
Yeah, I think it'll be nice being in a new place. Done it once before, so not really like new to it. So I think it'll be good.
Yeah, me too. I like traveling and I like knowing different places. So I think on our off time when we get to go around the city and see what's there, see what's fun to do, I think that'll be nice to do as well.
Yeah, for sure. It's going to be awesome to see just the experiences that you guys go through next season. Last question that I got to ask you guys is just heading into your first year playing with this team in their inaugural season, going to be a lot of challenges, of course, of just making that adjustment to the university game. But what is going to be the goal for you two heading in, or the goals for you two heading into year one of university hockey playing for Indiana Tech?
My goals would have to be to make sure that I'm working hard and doing my best, keeping my grades up, and performing on the ice.
So for me, as probably the rest of the defensemen, I want to be the top defenseman of the team. Working hard on and off the ice obviously is 100% necessary to do so. And like Hailey, I want to make sure my studies are up so then we get to play.
Yeah, and those are some pretty good goals. And with your guys' talent, I think that if you put your mind to it, you stay committed, you stay focused, it could very well happen come next season for you guys. I can't wait to see how it rolls out for you two coming up next season when you guys make that move out to the university coming up in pretty soon here coming up for you guys. And yeah, it's going to be awesome to see what's going to be happening with you guys coming up this season. I've been joined by Hailey Anderson and Ashley Episcopo, two players from Pilot-Mound Hockey Academy's U18 prep female team on this edition of University Commits. Of course, they committed to Indiana Tech University for the 2021-2022 season. Hailey and Ashley, thank you so much for joining and taking the time to talk about the commitment and your time with Pilot-Mound. It was a lot of fun.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
No problem. So I'm going to let Hailey and Ashley go. We're going to take a commercial break first, and then, yeah, we're going to be back. Well, I'll be back without Hailey and Ashley with another guest on this edition of Coffee with Graeme here on ASTV Productions. Stick with us. Another commercial break coming up here on the show. Welcome back to Coffee with Graeme on ASTV Productions. Of course, the MJBL is in the full swing of things. They kicked off the season last night. Of course, this episode going out on Thursday. So they kicked the season off last night. Joining me the day before their season opener at home against the Altona Bisons is GM of the Pembina Valley Orioles, Jim Odlum. Jim, thank you so much for joining me and taking the time out of your day on this Tuesday. How are you doing on this fine Tuesday?
Doing fine, Graeme. Thanks for having us.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome to just talk about this team heading into the 2021 season. Of course, you guys finished third place last season, so it's going to be interesting to see how things go this year. But let's start way back to when you started off as the GM of this team. When did you exactly start GMing the Pembina Valley Orioles?
I started off GM about 2 years ago. Before that, I was the assistant GM working with Sheldon Bergman. Sheldon left and I took over, so I've been taking care of things since.
Right on. And just that experience of being a assistant GM with the team, how are those years like, of just getting to sit back and kind of just watch everything that unfolded with this team leading up to you becoming the GM?
Well, we both had our jobs and we're both really busy. And when Sheldon and I, we kind of joined at the same time, and our goal was to make the best possible team for the guys to play on. And we wanted guys to want to come here and play. So we worked hard to make this as a good team to be on. So.
Yeah, and could you speak about that culture of just this team, of what is the foundation of what makes this Pembina Valley Orioles team the organization it is?
We work hard for our players. Sheldon, he still is involved with the team, but we get the community involved. We go out and our season starts probably late February. We're approaching sponsorship. We want to keep the cost very minimal to our team. I don't want to see a junior player having to come and pay a lot of money when he may be going to college or just starting his first job, and we want to make them feel like we're treated well here, and that's our goal, and that's what we strive for.
Yeah, and just speaking about this team, just the on-field product that you guys have. We'll get into just the work you guys do before the season starts up, but in a bit here. But just talking about the recruitment process of just bringing in players year in and year out, and just being able to field the team.
We the two coaches, we have Phil Hildebrand and Steve Sager. Both have coached a lot in minor ball. They know a lot of guys. I tell them, any guy that may be interested, give them a call. So we have a lot of young guys on the team this year. They're going to be a big part of the team. So and word of mouth too. I have a good friend up in Boisville, Kenny Pringle, who puts the word out for us. We have 6 guys from the West coming. They're all tremendous ball players. So we're pretty excited with what we have.
That's great. Seems like you guys are getting players from a whole different bunches, whole different bunch of places, which is great. Has it always been like that, where you guys have had a chance to, go out and get as many players from these different areas?
Not normally. Brandon used to have a junior team, so a lot of guys in the West went to Brandon. After Brandon left the league, it was a few years ago. I was watching a senior game, and there was 3 young guys playing on the team, and I asked who they were, found out who they were, talked to Ken Pringle, and I said, hey, would those boys maybe be interested in playing junior? And lo and behold, they ended up on our team. So, and then Ken has put word out. I've got a young guy coming from Reston, Billy Patmore, and a young guy coming from Clarny, Drew Hillhorst. Boy, they're going to be good players, and they're going to be exciting to watch.
Yeah, it's going to be exciting to see what type of impact they have this season on the team. But let's talk about it. The process before you guys even hit the field, like you said, the work kind of starts for you guys as an organization in February, just trying to get sponsors to
Mhm.
minimize the cost, stuff like that. It's just how important truly do you feel that it is to reach out and get as many sponsorships as you can?
Well, we've been really, really fortunate the last 4 or 5 years. We've had tremendous sponsors, and every year the guys they jump on board and they treat us really well. They support us. Um, Last year, with the start of COVID, we did not approach any sponsors. We decided that with the way everything was and a lot of businesses not going, we did not approach any sponsors. But this year we're back on board with them, and we got tremendous support, and we're really excited. And we keep telling the boys, you see those signs out in the field, they're helping you play here. They're making it good for you. So you're playing for them. And last year we had super fan support too, and we really appreciated that. The boys just love playing in front of a big crowd, and they said it's going to be a little bit of a change this year with the crowds drastically reduced, but um, tomorrow night they're going to be ready to play.
Yeah, and it's going to be that big season opening matchup against the Altona Bisons, which is going to be fun to see. Of course, Altona making it all the way to the finals last year against Elmwood, and then ended up getting swept in that series. But what types of what are some of the names can you throw us of the sponsors that you guys got this season?
Oh wow! You take Home Hardware, 1-2-3. Both those guys have been with us since Sheldon and I took over, and big supporters. We've got TELUS. We've got Morden Dollar Store. We have the Great Car Wash. We have Subway. I just BSI Insurance. I hope I don't miss anyone. Right now we have 14, I think 14 or 17 sponsors. Olympic Sports, we buy our equipment from them, and they're big supporters for us. I just hope I don't miss anyone, which I probably will, but if I do, I apologize. But these guys, I just want them to know how much we appreciate their support. They're a huge part of this team.
Yeah, lots of sponsors there and some big names too, like Home Hardware and Subway, which is great. TELUS as well. But yeah, just diving into the year that you started being the GM of this team. So that season when you started as the GM, did you didn't feel like your role changed at all, or what was the drastic changes in the role that you played as a GM? Like, just speak about how the role changed from assistant GM to GM for you.
Well, that started, I believe it was 2014 was the first year. I was the assistant. Sheldon and I took over the team. Sheldon was the uh, the GM. We kind of split the duties. I took a lot of work the gate, work the game day operations. He ran the overall operations. When he left, I kind of took over the whole package. We had a little bit to do after the first year. Both him and I started getting involved in the coaching. Now I do very little on the coaching end. That's left up to Phil and Steve, and I'm the general manager. My son Justin gets involved coaching, helping out a little bit. Last year he was here full time. This year I don't suppose he's going to be here as much, but the boys really liked his expertise and his knowledge, and being a younger guy too, they often related to him and he related to them. So but basically I'm kind of the run the business end of it, and Sheldon and Steve, or I shouldn't say Steve and Phil. They're the coaching end. They're gonna make the decisions on what we're gonna do during the games.
What can you say about just this coaching staff that you got, just in terms of their dedication, the work that they put into showing up every day for practices and stuff like that, and to just putting the on-field product out that they're able to coach out there?
Well, both Steve and Phil are there's not two fair coaches, I don't think, out there. They coach to win. We're out there to win the game, because no matter what team we're playing against, they're wanting to beat us. So we go out with the idea that we want to win the game, but they want to make it good for every player too. And and they're knowledgeable. Steve runs a great practice. He's good with the boys. Phil too. That it's going to be. It's good having them with us. I keep telling the boys how lucky we are to have two good coaches like them. So.
Yeah, for sure. No doubt, coaching an important part of what makes a team successful, right? If you don't have like coaching, like you're not gonna do very good, no matter how much talent that you may have out there. But just speaking about the years that you've been able to be GM, just what have you noticed in terms of just the ups and downs of just how this team has been able to go out there along the way and go out and perform? Just speaking about like the ups at times, and then just the times where it's kind of some down stuff.
Yeah, our team, when we started in 2014, both Sheldon and I thought we had a team that was capable of winning it all. And we're really excited about it. That year, we came up short. Second round of playoffs, we got put out. Didn't seem to have the finish that year. And every year we've been close. Last year we had such a tremendous team. I honestly thought we had one of the best teams in the league. I honestly thought we were right level with Elmwood, and unfortunately, when the end of the year came, we lost a lot of key players going back to college, lost a lot of talent, and that hurt us. In first round, we were out in 3 games. So.
Yeah, we're gonna get into that first round exit that you guys had last season coming up after the break, as well as some other stuff to do with the 2020 season. Just basically, we're going to talk about the 2020 season coming up on this edition of Coffee with Graeme. I've been joined by the GM of the Pembina Valley Orioles from the MJVL, Jim Odlum, on this edition of the show. I'll be right back with him to talk more Pembina Valley Orioles baseball after this commercial break. Welcome back to Coffee with Graeme on ASTV Productions. In this interview that you guys have been watching in the last little while, I've been joined by Jim Odlum, GM of the Pembina Valley Orioles in the MJBL. Of course, their season kicked off last night against the Altona Bisons. Of course, I'm talking to him the day before the game. So, yeah, just talking about the 2020 season now, Jim. Just you talked about how you thought that this was a team that matched up with the likes of Elmwood last season. You guys finished third in the league with a record of 14-7, best home record in the league at 9-1, 5-6 on the road. You guys had the most runs in the league with 149, fourth least runs with 104, and of course you guys ended up losing first round of the playoffs. But just talk about the team last year and how it came to be for you guys to field such a hard-hitting, high-powered offensive team.
Well, the big thing we did was when we found out Tristan Peters was back in Winkler, and we got in touch with him. And do you want to play a little ball? He says, "Yeah, I can't go out to the Wimble, and I can't go back to the States. So, yeah, if you'll have me, I'd like to come and play." And man, that brought so much to the team. When he was on the field, everyone had a lot more confidence. We then brought in Jared Mccorster, who had been playing in Mayville State. Great bat. He had an arm injury, but he DH for us all the year. So you put Tristan and Graham batting, or Jared batting 3 and 4. Wow, that's a lot of power. And then you add in the likes of Tanner Klein and Austin Klein, that those two boys can swing a bat, you know. Then you go to Danny Isaac, that great little player. He can get it done too. So you start putting those kind of bats in. Our 1 through 6 were lethal, and it showed. You know, we'd be down 2 or 3 runs, and no one was worried. We knew we'd get things back in order. So, but when you got to 3-4 in our batting order, they couldn't not pitch to one guy because the next guy was just as lethal, and then they had to face one of them or both of them. So that was fun to watch. That was I had fans coming to me and say, "This is just fun to watch when you get guys that are hitting the ball like they do." So.
Yeah, and Tristan Peters, I had a chance to have him on the show, a great ball player. I mean, his stats showed it last year, right in the MJBL, just talking about that specifically. Like, the guy ended up winning the batting championship, or like being the batting champion of the league. And he also wins Rookie of the Year, right? And you talk about a guy like Jared Mccorster, who was an all-star as a designated hitter. Just so much talent that you guys had on the offensive side of things. What about on the defensive side of things? A guy like Tyson Pringle gets named as an all-star as the left-handed pitcher. I'm sure you guys had some depth too in that lineup. Could you speak about just what made this lineup what it was last season for your team?
Well, we had good pitching, you know. With Tyson coming from the left side, Kyle Dick throwing from the right, both tremendous starters. Partway through the year, Austin Klein came in, just a workhorse. We had Thomas Tichkotsky that would come off the bench and throw. We had Owen Sager, great reliever. He would come in and throw. TJ Madashevsky, another left-hander, threw for us. We had good pitching, and you know, when you it's pretty easy for a pitcher to pitch well when you have run support, and you know, they could, and all our guys were workhorses. There wasn't many games where the second inning we were having to make a pitching change. They continuously came in, they threw well, they give us good amount of innings. They got deep into the game that we're able to not have to use a lot of pitching. And no, I can't. Our pitching worked very well for us last year.
Speaking about that home record of 9-1, the best home record in the league. Just speaking about the fans and the type of impact that they were able to have on this team last season when you guys had that home field advantage.
Oh yeah, there was nights. I remember early on the year we played against Altona. That place was packed, and if I remember right, that game ended up 7-6, a whale of a ball game, and the fans were right into it, and the boys fed off it. You could tell they loved playing for the fans, and but we had great fan support all year and every game, and it was kind of fun. There'd be people text me how they got my phone number. I have no idea, and say, hey, when do the boys play next? And I go, first of all, I want to know who it was, and second of all, yeah, I told them when they're playing next, and who's starting. That would be another thing. Who's starting in the pitching?
Yeah.
And, it was so fun like that. We enjoyed every minute of it.
Yeah, I bet, and it makes it a lot easier playing at home when you're able to have that type of support, right?
It is.
You would say that the fan support that you had last year was probably the biggest reason why you guys were so successful at your home field?
I won't say it was the biggest reason we're successful, but it sure made it better for our guys and made it tough on the other team.
Yeah.
No one likes to go into another person's ballpark when the stands are right full of their fans, and believe it or not, we'd go to other ballparks and a lot of people followed us, and that was awesome too.
Yeah, for sure. I bet just being able to have the fans come out on the road, which is great to see. So, obviously the fans a big reason why it was so special to play at that home field. But what would you say? What would you pin as the biggest reason why you guys had so much success in being the best home ball team in the league at 9-1 at home?
I think our team bonded well, and every guy knew his position, and they went out there and they give it 100%. And when you have guys, leaders like Jared Mccorster and Tristan Peters, that have done it, they've been there, they've done it. Both great college careers. I believe Jared was all conference this past spring. And we know what Tristan did. Like, he had an awesome year, but those guys looked up to them, and they knew they had. Those guys showed up to play, and everyone knew they had to play.
Yeah, no doubt about that. And yeah, tough that you guys lost players due to college seasons starting up when playoffs came around, because it's a shame that this team ended up going out in the first round to Interlake in a best of 3. You guys ended up winning that game 1 6-3. You guys end up losing game 2 6-2, and then you guys lose in a close game 3, which punched Interlake's ticket to the next round where they faced off against Alma. You guys lost that 3-2. But just speaking about that series as a whole, just you would say probably the biggest reason why this team went out in the first round was due to you guys losing a bunch of players due to college?
Well, basically, we took two teams into that series. Game 1, I believe game 1 we didn't have Tristan. He had left for college already, and I believe Aaron Bruin had left for college. And then game 2 was supposed to have been on a Friday night. We had pretty well a full lineup for game 2. Got rained out. Game 3, we lost, I think, 4 more players. And, it was, the guys went out and played hard. They played well. But, when you lose the talent that we lost, you don't want to diminish anyone's effort. But when you lose that kind of talent, it's tough. It really was. Game 3, our guys came back and battled fierce. Like, they worked hard. Every guy went out and give it his all. And that day, the Interlake just came and they beat us.
Yeah, and definitely tough when you lose that type of talent that you guys did, and obviously not diminishing Interlake's victory in any way. Just what they were able to do against you guys was pretty interesting, pretty crazy to see that that upset happen in the first round last year, and then of course they went on to play Elmwood. But yeah, just looking into this season now, just heading into this year with this team, how many returning guys do you have this year? Of course, Tristan Peters is not playing on the team this year; he's on the Savannah Bananas. But what are some of the what's the roster looking like this year in terms of the returning players and the new players you guys are bringing in?
There, of course, we lost Tristan. We knew I had a long talk with him at the end of last year. We knew he was not coming back, and he just said if there was any reason why I had to, but he's he's going. He has aspirations with the draft coming up. He's hoping his name gets called. So, but. We knew he wasn't coming back. Then back in February, March, around there, I get a call. Ty Pringle tore his knee up, just a freak accident. And so he won't be back this year. I've kept in contact with him. He's feeling bad, but I said, just get that leg back in order, and next year you're going to come in bigger, better, and stronger. So we've lost a number of guys. There's a number of guys that because of work they decided they weren't playing, with not knowing if there was a season. There was a few guys decided that, I want to make plans. They went ahead and made plans, and then when the season opened up, they couldn't do them both. So we've got a good core. We've got some young midget players that are going to come in and play. We've picked up a couple of good guys from the West that I mentioned before, Billy Patmore and Drew Hillhorst. They're both going to be good additions. We've got some young midget players that can play. So plus, some returning guys like TJ Matuszewski and Bobby Matuszewski. Those two guys, like Bobby's been around the team for coming up 6 years. So, we're when we have all the guys there, we're going to be a very, very competitive ball team and a fun team to watch. And we got some good bats. So.
Yeah, excited to see it. Just speaking about how, the holes that are going to be needed to be filled, like Tristan not being here, Tyson with that freak accident, just with those guys, not returning this year, some top players for you guys. Just how much expectation does goes on the rest of the team to be able to maybe not fill those holes completely, because it's a hard standard to live up to, just what Tristan and Tyson were able to do, but just for them to kind of contribute more, step up more in their place this year?
We don't expect any person to be a Tristan or any player to be a Ty. We want them just to give their best effort. And with the talent these guys have, they give a good effort. They're going to get the job done, and they're only going to get better. Unfortunately, a lot of times injuries are what gives the person a chance to play, and that person steps up. I've seen it before, and I'll see it again. Someone will step up, and all of a sudden you go, holy cow, that guy's doing the job. And, you don't wish anything bad to happen to anyone, but there's times that when something like this happens, you just say, okay, this is going to give someone an opportunity, and we're going to find someone else that can do a job too. Not replace them, but do the job. And that's, I think I'm expecting big things from Thomas Tychkowski. I was watching him last night throw a pen, and he's got bigger, he's got stronger, and I think he's the guy that's going to step in and for Ty's spot. And I was pretty impressed with him throwing last night. And you take Drew Hillhorst. I was watching him throw. He played out in the Badlands Baseball Academy, and wow, he can throw it. So those guys are going to get more opportunities when a player can't return. So and they'll be given every opportunity.
Yeah, again, exciting to see these players on this team get that opportunity this year with the core returning guys, with the core players returning, as well as the young talent you guys got coming up this season. Just speaking about the team, just when did you guys come together for the first time this year as a team and meeting up, stuff like that?
Back in either later April or early May, we were given the go-ahead to practice. We had 2 practices. A lot of the college guys weren't back. We got to meet some the guys from out west weren't back. So basically it was about when we got the go-ahead back a few weeks ago was when that was the first time I met Drew Hillhorst. He was out at Badlands in Alberta, and so I met him. So on, I believe it was last Wednesday, we had every player at practice that we could have, and that was basically the first time that we had everyone that we could have at practice. So
Yeah. And just speaking about this team, how they've looked throughout the first practice sessions that you guys have been able to have. Just you've spoken about it in the show already about some guys that you like, and you're going to be expecting big things from them this year. But what is going to be the biggest thing that's going to make this Pembina Valley Orioles team so successful this season if you guys do have success?
I think everyone has to contribute, right from the starting lineup to the bench players. Everyone will be given an opportunity to contribute, but we need everyone contributing and working hard. I know a lot of the guys, we haven't had a huge opportunity to be able to practice this year. A lot of guys have been throwing on their own. Talking with Billy Patmore, him and his brother go in and the batting cage virtually every night, and watching him bat there the other night, I go, holy cow, he's been swinging the bat a lot this year. You can tell. So I think the guys have been working hard, and if we can get everyone contribute, we're going to be a tough team to play against.
Talking about the 18 game schedule this year, it was reduced by 3 games from the 21 games played last season. Just how do you feel like this team? How do you feel like you prepare for something like that, having 3 less games on the schedule, in terms of just how every game might mean that much more, knowing that there are less games this season?
Well, the games are packed together. Pitching is going to be a big thing, and how the coaches manage the pitching. Both Phil and Steve are very good at managing pitchers. I don't have a worry about that. And we do have some players that are also playing senior, and there might be some nights where we're missing a guy or two. So it's a tight schedule. I think everyone is in the same boat, and I just hope that we can get guys when they show up to play, and I think we'll be okay. But the 3 last games, we don't have St. Boniface in the league this year.
Yep.
That's kind of unfortunate. We had some great rivalries against them. It's kind of funny. They didn't like us. We didn't like them. But boy, we loved playing them because they were fun and intense games. So we're if that intensity, if the guys show up to play, I am pretty confident no matter where we put any player, we're going to get the job done.
Yeah, and just speaking about rivalry, of course, St. Boniface not being in the league this year, what team do you see becoming maybe your guys' biggest rival this year, or do you feel like it's just going to be something that kind of plays out and a team might just come in and become your guys' biggest rival this year?
Oh, Altona is always our biggest rivalry. Like that first game of the season playing against Altona, like I give the guys the schedule the other night and they said, "Oh, good, we play Altona first. Okay, boys, let's go kick some butt." And that's, but we always have good games against Elmwood too. They're a good team. They come out to play. They play hard, and we always seem to step up against them. I enjoy playing Elmwood. Um, any team can beat any team in this league. At the start of last year, you take Winnipeg South, young team, inexperienced, and they took some beatings. At the end of the year, they were a team. We played them in a doubleheader, and at the end of the year, and just squeaked by in two extra inning games. And I said, I don't want to play those guys in the playoffs. I said they'll eat up everyone. And this year they're going to be another strong team. So, yeah, every team is basically a rivalry, but you step up a little more, against the Altonas and.
Yeah, for sure. And getting Altona on opening night, which is yesterday, of course, it's going to be exciting to see how that game plays out. They were the second place team in the league last year, one of the best defensive teams in the league. Just, of course, a huge rivalry with them, of course, like you've mentioned. Just what's the excitement like around the team right now, just knowing that Altona is first up on this schedule of you guys starting off the 2021 season?
The guys are ready to play. They're, I practiced last night. A couple of guys just said, okay, finally we can go play. Finally we can. And that's good. Like, that's what we wanted. It's going to be a little different, being able to only carry 12 players on the bench. It's going to be a bit of a juggling act, but the guys are excited. Like, they're we're looking for some good things. Like they're ready for tomorrow. They're ready for things to get back to normal and the way things are now, and that's one step getting towards it.
Yeah, for sure. For sure, this is a huge step to getting back to normal, seeing another season of the MJBL. And of course, after that game against Altona, you guys take on the Elmwood Giants in a doubleheader on Saturday on the road. But we're not going to get into that because I don't want you looking too far ahead here, Jim. We got
No, it's the only thing I'm thinking about is tomorrow night. Once Thursday comes, then we worry about Elmwood. But tomorrow, we're just thinking about Altona.
And that's going to do it for today's edition of Coffee with Graeme on ASTV Productions. Of course, a special thanks goes out to the guests that joined today's episode in Ashley Episcopo, Hailey Anderson, and Jim Odlum. I also want to thank you, the viewer, for tuning in today, as well as the sponsors of Coffee with Graeme and Pure Anada, Fabricland, Winkler, and Evolve Green. Now, we were also supposed to have two other guests joining the show today. It was supposed to be two other female hockey players. It was supposed to be Ashton Bell and Kristen Campbell joining today's episode, but unfortunately their schedules didn't line up with us getting them on the show this week. So we're hopefully going to have them on for next Thursday's edition of the show. My fingers are crossed that we can have them on, because that would be a fun interview to do, and I would be excited for you guys to see it, of course. And if we can't get them on next week, hopefully we can get them on sometime in this month. If not this month, hopefully next month, and if not next month, hopefully this year at least. But yeah, we'll see how that goes. You can watch Coffee with Graeme hopefully next week on Tuesday, assuming we have a Tuesday episode. Seems like Tuesdays haven't been the day for Coffee with Graeme lately, just with all the problems we've had. But yeah, if that episode on Tuesday does go out next week, you can catch it at 10 a.m. Central Daylight Time here on ASTV Productions on Facebook, as well as our website at astvproductions.com. But that's going to do it for me today, folks. I've been your host, Graeme Forsyth, signing off now until I see you hopefully next week on Tuesday. Have a wonderful rest of your Thursday. Stay safe out there and have a wonderful weekend as well. Peace out, everyone.